I'll come over. I'll come over to your house, Mark. I'll bite you on the neck, sensually.
Well, who knows? Maybe he kept my.
We'll make a new life together.
Ja, jag kommer som fälla.
Oh,
Jag kan just imagine
No.
Sam
I'm
coming
writing
with
this down
like
for my next
fork,
No,
chapter.
please.
anyway, welcome to D&D, everyone. Now
Then
it's
you're
the
gonna
intro
have,
with some sexual innuendos.
Oh.
Howdy. So,
You're gonna get that lovely Christian Stewart parrot, are you, Michael?
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know what that means.
Just, I think
You
we
said
should say
Bella.
no in case it's lewd.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a duck face to me.
Duck
Thought
face?
to me.
Yeah, you know when they
parrot.
pat their lips
So,
so far out.
It's been a little while since the last session, so to catch everyone up on what's happened, y'all went out for a mining trip. You got some mining stuff. Now you're on your way back, and then on your way back, Sullok, our resident purple, had a bit of a feud with the resident elf Breeze over the last few sessions, and she just pushed it over the edge to where she kind of snapped. Opened fire with her bow. Fionn, our little cleric,
I just shot him because.
I just kind of like joined in. He's allowed to. And then the authorities kind of got involved because it was in a public space and it was literally in a marketplace. And yeah, so Breeze has been carted off. The person playing that character is kind of left now, so
Did you just say pleb?
player. But we do still have Fionn to deal with the authorities. So
Yeah.
to set the scene,
Can I use Breeze as a sacrifice to get the Horde of Tlanash to invade this fetid world?
maybe we'll see. We'll
Go
see
for it.
just in a second when it gets to your turn. But I'm just gonna catch everyone up. So set the scene. It's a marketplace. You guys have just like entered the tree. You're all still like sweaty, dirty, bloody. Like you do have like healing done on you, but there's still like dried blood and like all this just filth all over you. Carrying your pickaxes, your jackhammers, and that kind of stuff all the way back. And as you get inside,
like it.
as you get inside, it's just this cacophony of violence. And then, as things begin to die down, there sits Sullok in the corner next to an alchemist with Egonox. Currently,
Hello.
having just handed over some gold, some coin, I'm not too sure how much exactly, to the
10.
alchemist. Yeah, and he got a potion back and healed up his foot all nice and good. But I think he was missing a bit of one of his toes, was it?
Yes, I
Yeah.
lost my big
Just kind of got
toes.
stunk, severed off. So you do have a kind of a squonk foot there. It's alright. People will still love you all the
It's
same
alright
time,
foot.
sometimes maybe. Wear shoes all the time. But yes, so Breeze was quickly apprehended by the local guards that were wandering around. Tribal people that live in the treetops. Very stern and strong people. Just to say that they're tribal doesn't mean they're not wearing armor. A lot of them do have iron pieces clad on top of them, but it's just mainly leathers and hard armor, that kind of stuff, studded pieces. So she was taken away and was quickly taken out of sight and moved away from Sullok to avoid any further conflict. Fionn, though, put up a bit of a fight and had to be apprehended and actually wound up in vines. So he
As usual, my rolls were terrible. Jesus Christ, it was a bad game.
just let me know if you want to interrupt this and do anything in the meantime, but I'm just going to narrate as things go along. So you were bound up in the vines, and after you tried to after you stopped resisting, one of the very strong guards came up to you, picked you up in this bundle that you are now in, lumped you over his shoulder while a few other guards were around, kind of like trying to calm the scene down.
Oh.
People are like getting frantic, like looking around, like what the hell is going on? Are we being attacked?
Sorry,
like
I had Dale muted. Whoops.
He was just checking to see what's going on, that kind of stuff. And a lot of the merchants you can see are like trying to like gather their goods to like see like if they have to make to see that things are calming down a little bit at least. So you were taken down a few flights of stairs, like around that main center trunk, down 2 stories.
We
and
kind
along
of
some
did
places.
do this by the end.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like
Okay.
summing it up, and I just want to see if you do anything on the way there. And then eventually take you to what looks like this very stout. It's like a bulge in one of the trunks of the trees. This very like stern, stout section, and you can see they when they get to the an opening in here, in this kind of section of the trunk, and they kind of like knock on the door that they have there. You can see it. What's it? It's another guard that's inside. Essentially, just opens up the door and ushers you inside, and it is just this very large cylindrical room. The walls are very thick and like sturdy. It's quite humid in here. Like there are no windows. There's no form of ventilation other than the door, which has like a kind of flush against the floor. Like it's pretty secure. They usher you into the room. The guard that was carrying you over his shoulder puts you down on the other end of the room, and there's 3 of them in there now. 2 of the armored guards back up against the door. Breeze isn't in here with you. Sorry, he's down somewhere else in a similar room. 2 guards back up against the 2 armored guards back up against on either side of the door, and the man that opened the door initially for you stands there now. He has an open face helm. It's steel helm, and he seems to be carrying this very very well made long sword. Both the guards have halberds, and after they set you down and let you wriggle into a comfortable position, just sit there. They just stand there, and eventually the middle one speaks. He says, "So, what's that all about?"
This hasn't happened. You do know you're changing it from last time, because last time they set me and left me. Last time you left me in a room and it gave me the opportunity to re-prepare my spells.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay, then I think I do remember that. It's been a while, so I'll say that what happens is they leave the room after they put you in there. Then a bit of time goes by.
Now tell me, is the room warded?
Warded. Are you casting detect magic? Trying to detect magic. As far as you can tell, there are no arcane sigils around the room protecting you from casting spells and that kind of stuff. There's no silence or anything like that. You can hear yourself speak. You can once the vines fade away, wither and kind of crumble to ash, you can move your hands. You can do anything like that.
Are there guards in the room with me?
There are no guards in the room with you.
Then I'm going to escape.
How?
I'm going to.
There's only the one entrance to the door, and you can hear
my
people
Archon
outside
has
there.
greater teleport.
Your Archon, okay. So you don't have your Archon with you at the moment, though. So
I've got summon monster, and you allowed me 8 hours to prepare my spells.
Yeah.
Am I genuinely breaking the flow? Are you going I'm not going to get?
Go for it. If things go south, I'll let you know. You'll probably hear it in my voice.
I'm not going to get murder fucked by this. Okay. How far off
I'm
the
not
ground
gonna
are the trees?
say what's gonna happen. You just kind of need to use what makes sense in the situation. If you're gonna do this, you're fleeing from the authorities, so it's your call.
To do it or not to do it. How bad is the thing? It's it's a scuffle sort of thing. How ridiculous is it?
On the way over, you heard them mention talk of attempted murder, because they could see that you were aiming your attacks at Sullok's head. So
of course, you're never gonna let me get that down.
Nope.
I missed it. Hit him on the shoulder. No, apparently I was aiming for his head.
Oh, you did say on his head. I've got that on recording.
Yes. Fair enough, but everyone automatically knows. Oh, this guy hit him on the shoulder. Only was aiming for his head. What did my guy suddenly aim for his head and then jerk back and hit him on the shoulder? Jesus. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
you kind of aimed at his head. The thing is, Breeze made it specific that her attack was non-lethal. It's a very different visual indicator. That when you're trying to kill someone, you kind of go a bit violent with this.
Okay, fair enough. I'm escaping then. Are the trees 50 feet or above?
Make a perception check to see what you saw when you were walking down there.
Okay, my perception check. Hey, I'm escaping from the law.
Maybe.
It's +4, so roll d20 +4.
I fought the law and a law one.
11. What the hell?
Breaking
this is going to be that day, isn't
breaking
it?
the law.
It's not exactly hard to see this though, because I've been flying around these trees all the day. It would be exactly a hard check.
Yeah, but it's because you were on his back, kind of thing.
I
so
was
it's
on
like-
his back, but I also flew on these trees by myself.
Yeah, but it's like you're seeing where you currently are because he took you down. He took you down some levels to just to kind of see if you can suss out how far he took you down and all that kind of stuff. Based on what you got there, you can tell that it is at least 100 feet up.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. And
You'd safely guess more, but you're not too sure.
and
exactly
there's
how much.
nobody on the ground, or there's very few people on the ground. They're mostly in the trees.
You couldn't see to the ground. It's covered by leaves and that kind of stuff from the underbrush.
Did I notice anybody? Am I gonna have to roll another perception check for that?
You didn't notice anyone, but you could also know that you didn't see too well.
Okay. Very well. Screw it. We might as well go the whole way. Since when is leaping into decisions made me go the wrong way? Okay. I'll summon my Archon.
Okay, I need to check something real quick. Does that make sound?
Do you want me to send you the
Yes, please.
Archon level?
I want to double check what if this would alert anyone. So we can get some background noise going. A light rain begins to fall, so we can have something. I'm recording my voice.
A light rain. It's so light, it's...
On here.
can't hear it.
Wait, hold up. Is that even going?
A drizzle.
I'm just gonna turn it all the way up. It's gonna oh, there we go. I can hear it.
Holy shit! Fuck me. I'm just checking this. I've got greater teleport in the Archon.
Sure, that's the right level. So you summon it, the Archon at this level, and you can use greater teleport. I think I'm just checking.
I don't even have to worry about that. I can teleport 100 fucking miles.
100 miles.
You notice
I
that
think
the
it's
tree is
100 fucking miles.
1 miles tall. No. That's actually absurd, though. I mean, I had no idea that was a thing. Just teleport 100 miles. Good lord.
The problem is, the one problem is, and I know you're going to get me for this, is that it can only carry 50 pounds.
Start weighing
You
your
Well-
stuff.
carry 80 pounds.
Can
You
you
are
send the link to
known.
that, by the way? I just want to check.
You are,
I weigh
no, who
48
knows,
pounds.
maybe you have
Huh.
light bones.
According
or
to my
something.
last calculation.
What was that?
And
Holy
how many
shit.
pounds do you weigh?
48.
So you can carry almost double your weight. You're like an ant.
Otherwise you could drop a sword or something. Leave a
Otherwise,
note in the room.
I could drop a sword in the room and it just say, go back and get my sword, because I can speak to the Archons.
But can it teleport multiple times though? Let's check.
Yes. And guess what language we both speak? Draconic.
Celestial. Oh. Nice. Okay, so the actual spell that you use to summon this, so summon monster, I need to check that out because that's what's going to be making the sound, I think.
Yes.
So is that called summon creature?
Yep, summoned monster, summoned a creature.
Hope this is the right URL. Yeah. Doesn't tell. Oh wait. Do you have the actual spell page for the summon creature?
Summon monster. Do you want to read the summon monster
I
page?
want to check what the kind of requirements are for it, all that you need to do for it, all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow, you're really looking to screw me over, aren't
No,
you?
I'm just double checking because if this does make a sound, then it's gonna, alert people.
It does say verbal somatic FDF. That's
You
it.
can kind of whisper though.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless
Tiny
they've got
bag and a small
detect
candle, I'm
magic,
sure
they
you have
shouldn't
that.
know that I'm doing it. Unless they've got someone specifically
well,
detecting magic.
if it makes a huge kabang sound when you do it, they're gonna notice. That's what I'm saying. So oh, it's fine. Nothing's going on in that room.
It doesn't say anything about that.
Sound. Wait, no. Sound, noise. Huh. Okay. So I'm just gonna take this as a lot of like a lot of games have it. So like when you summon something, it kind of makes like a little sound like that, like a wispy sound almost.
What are you making me roll?
Imagine like Skyrim. I'm gonna say for this. Could someone link their Mythweaver's page, by the way, just so I can see all the stuff? But what do they have in terms of Arcana and that kind of stuff? Actual spell casting. Actually, no. I'll say. Just double check this real quick. Also, thanks, Mike.
Cool.
Right.
Is anyone else's rain like intermittent? Intermittent.
Sure.
I can't hear any
What's
rain.
intermittent?
The rain.
I can't hear
rain?
any rain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Xanthan
say-
rain.
Roll me a spellcraft check,
Oh, now I can hear
Okay,
it.
yeah,
As
mine
opposed-
also.
Just click
Okay.
on jukebox.
opposed to their perception.
So what do you mean intermittent? I don't know
It
that
stops
word.
and starts and stops and starts.
right.
It's doing the same.
Oh,
Okay, spellcraft check.
intermittent.
My spellcraft is
I
1.
corrected myself afterwards.
Would you prefer if I
Ah,
muted?
okay.
Oh, fucking god, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Hold up. Let me just double check this real quick.
Do you know it can move immediately, so this literally makes no difference, though.
Perception +4. Actually, no, since this.
It can
This is
teleport on my
peaceful.
turn immediately, so this literally makes no difference.
Okay, I'm not adding these together. I'm just rolling 3 separate ones for the different guards. Okay. So they all hear you.
Oh god.
So this
no.
has a verbal component to it. So I'm gonna say during this, you try and like whisper and like do it a bit quieter, but you notice that when you're speaking under your like very quietly, you can't pronounce the words properly and that kind of stuff. You have to put a bit of passion into it.
Oh god,
And you
no.
do kind of speak one of it. You do speak a bit at normal room temperature, at room volume. And you find that that does connect you to this other plane where you can pull this archon from. You reach your kind of mental arcane mind through and try and like call this being towards the realm, and as it does, you hear this, and it's like almost a crack, like a crackling sound. You weren't expecting that. It normally doesn't. But you do kind of hear the rustling and bustling from behind the door. And suddenly, like, you can hear this key jang real quick. This, you know,
I
sound
immediately
of
use my
metal, like,
Archon
doing
to
all stuff.
teleport me.
yeah.
It's
The way
like, 'cause
the way
that's
this would normally work is that these guys would normally get like a turn because that's your turn to do it. But now it's their turn and they're using that to unlock the door, kind of thing. Is there any kind of chance of failure or anything like that on teleport? Just to double check, or does it just automatically bada bing work?
No, it's just teleport greater. The spell can the spell instantly transports you to a designated location, which may be as distant as 100 miles per caster level.
Let me check this real quick. Teleport. Okay, the summon monster cannot summon or otherwise conjure another. Wait. Have you
You've
read-
ignored
wait.
that. If you're going to say that now, I'm going to be really pissed because you've ignored that for 3 sessions, and it already says in the summoned creature it can teleport. Greater teleport. It's his ability.
Wait, okay, so where are you reading the greater teleport?
Do you want you want the summon monster thing, the summon creature one, or the teleport?
I'm looking at the summon monster now.
Do you want the summon creature?
Whatever you use to bring the Archon in, I need to read that.
Okay. You've got the summon creature, you've got the summon monster, you've got both of them. Do you want the teleport thing?
The thing is, I'm looking at the... So you use summon monster to bring in the Archon, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the Archon is... Where is that listed on the...
It's on it's on one of the things, the summon creature page.
Yeah,
It's-
no, of the... No. So it's a 3rd level.
You're really wanting my character to die, aren't you?
The thing, no, I honestly don't want them to die. I'm just making sure that I'm not doing anything wrong. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to stick a lot more to the rules these days. Like make things more challenging, like all this kind of stuff. Because I don't want to mess things up and then it all goes to crap.
It says on the thing if someone wants to can't summon or otherwise conjure a creature, nor can it use any teleportation, but it specifically says on the summoned creature, it can use greater teleport to self plus 50 pounds of objects only. So I would say in this case that specific beats general. In other words, it can't teleport, due to the fact that it's from another plane, but it can teleport due to the fact that it can specifically teleport.
If it does say that on the Lantern Archon, summon monster sheet, then let's say it works.
Okay, let me copy it again.
Yeah, no, I've got it now. I've got so many links open here.
Okay.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Graham, do you maybe know how that works?
16, 17 tabs open,
What?
so it's a little bit.
Okay.
Great teleport. Right. Requires verbal. Personal and touch. You and your target objects or other touch dwelling creatures. Instantaneous. Okay, so there's no casting time or anything like that. Okay, this don't know what all that table's for. And yeah, all looks good to me. So, where is your Archon taking you?
Could I have a map? Because I know what the place is, but I can't remember what it's called. That town we went to.
The town.
2 sessions ago.
Okay, I'm gonna move you to the map screen there. Just a word of advice though, this if you're gonna teleport there, I don't know if you'll be able to meet up with the party for the session.
Where do you think? Yeah, but where are they going anyway? They're going to. No, I know what I'll do.
A word of advice: you could just teleport to another tree branch, like a couple miles away, and keep an eye out for them. Like send your thing out to scout. That's
Yes, but
kind of
neither the
meta break.
dice or the DM have been very friendly this game, and I've got a feeling if I teleport, I'll probably have to roll a luck check or something.
No, it doesn't. There's nothing to roll. It just happens.
Okay.
Yeah, that village is. You can literally teleport like anywhere over this land. That village is 10 kilometers away.
So I will teleport. Let's say
You could teleport halfway across the country.
Yes, I could. I've got limitless. I'll teleport to holy crap. Like, you know the thing when you say, okay, you can go anywhere.
But where?
I've now got this problem. Wait, I've got an idea.
I'm just curious
Oh
how they
dear,
balance
an
this.
idea.
Like, this seems rather. Like, I'm completely okay with it because, like, it's in the game. But I'm just
It's
wondering,
legit.
like, who added it and, like.
Teleportation is stupid.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on this afterwards. But for now, don't worry about it. Like, this is all fine.
Let me think. I'm going to
You want to think through your
Maybe.
actions, and I'll check with other people, or
okay. Go through. I think I'm going to see if I can maybe teleport because I can do it multiple turns. There's no cooldown for it. Like it'll take a turn at most. I'm thinking of maybe
Just
teleporting
like
to one of
go-
our party
go
and then
across the world.
teleporting outside and saying like just saying basically I'm going out. Cheers. See you guys in a bit, and then teleporting out.
I'm just heading out for cigarettes, guys. I'll see you in like 20 years.
just see. I'm just heading out. I'll catch you in a bit. Archon, take me.
Just like slap it on the button and like whisks you away. Cool. So while you're considering where to go and that kind of stuff, do you want me to move you over to the map screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm now in a state of three-dimensional like non-being. I'm both in the jail and not in the
This
jail.
is all kind of happening in like a one turn, so.
Like one turn, these guys
Yeah.
are slowly reaching towards the door, and my character's
Ooh,
sort
and
of
you're
like
just, like,
taking
pondering,
a
like,
smoke break. He's like, where do I go?
Right. So let's. Yeah, so you're on hold for now, and we'll get back to you in a second. Egonox says, I wonder how much money we'll make, or gonna make. Sullok, wake up. Egonox does not know this mark. Sullok is dead. Slap. So like you currently downed this this bottle of liquid. It was a little bit bitter, not like in a good bitter, like a kind of a beer taste. It's just like a kind of like as if you were to eat the shells of a bunch of peanuts, kind of bitter.
Oh no! Oh,
yes. But
God.
once you drink it, your eyes begin to like droop a little bit, and you kind of like slump back a bit, and like sleep for a couple seconds, and you feel the stony hand slap you across the face, draw a little bit of blood, but not too much.
Everyone's just beating on the foot. Yeah. I feel sorry for him now.
To be fair, I've never beaten on him. I only paid back.
You nearly did though. You like freaking broke his legs.
That friggin' stone at me. What did you want me to do?
No, yeah, I wanted that to happen. Anyway,
Good.
So look, you've
Yeah.
just been waking up from your beautiful dream into this horrendous nightmarish world.
Ooh,
Where you no longer have a toe, which you were just dreaming of.
Dreaming of toes.
Yeah. And how great it must be to have them. Weren't those the days?
toes.
Those were the days.
He's awake. He's alive.
Yes, of course I'm alive. It's not like I was shot in the head or anything.
Ah, thank goodness.
Freeze takes
Yeah,
note.
yeah, we were worried.
Hey guys, wait. Can I cut it and just go? Like, sorry if could I teleport there just quickly?
Good. Oh wait, let me just check the map real quick.
No.
Where are they?
it's
Could I have a
not-
map of them?
They're
I might as well just get out in GTFO.
like
See you guys later.
Or finish
Within
your
100
job
meters
and
of
kill
you.
me off.
Okay.
just
No, wait, no,
And-
please.
just
I wonder if
before
there'll
you
be
do
any
that, I just
guards
want
around there who needs to kill me. No, there shouldn't be.
just before you do that, I just want to ask you real quick. I'm going to give you this responsibility to double check everything on the Greater Teleport page to make sure there's no cooldowns, no nothing like that.
Okay,
that's
I'll
being
read it
exploited.
out for you.
Well, then I don't want to, because I'm busy like working with other people. Just make sure that I'm trusting you not to cheese the system right now, essentially.
I won't cheese the system right now. Great teleportation. Spell for,
Rocks fall.
the spell
Theon's dead.
instantly transports you. Duration instantaneous. Range personal new touch. Casting time 1 standard action.
Oh, he splinters into a wall like in Harry Potter.
Personal and touch. Your
Peaceful.
touch objects or other willing creatures. Like there's no cooldowns in this game, are there?
Nope.
Not too sure.
Only
I don't
in
know, go
combat.
read
I don't
it
think
up
so,
and
yeah.
make sure.
Only wins in combat.
I just want to be sure and all that. Well, I mean, it kind of is combat for him, because it is turns happening between him and the guards. But can I just double check, I'm on the map page, where did you want to go to?
I want to teleport right next to wait.
The brains.
Who's actually there?
Well, the brains is there.
In the fortress, the tree fortress.
Yeah.
Currently in the marketplace
Should I remember
is
where they
Sullok.
are or something?
You know they'd be around there. It has, well, actually, no, you don't, because it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Because you've had enough time to rest. So, just in terms of keeping things in the timeline sequential, you're currently operating in the future, and these guys are still, they are talking amongst each other now. It's kind of when you're being carried off, if that makes sense.
Okay. Then fair enough.
So I'm just,
I'm 8 hours ahead, so I should just wait for them wherever they are.
yeah, I'm just kind of like,
And they should go, and I'll just teleport wherever then.
so yes.
Oh,
So
by
like
the
you,
way, speaking out of turn, if you've got any of my things, I would really appreciate it if you bought that mystical thing. Wait, didn't I make that clear to whoever's holding my share of the thing?
your
I don't know.
mineral,
Which share of what?
Yes.
it's
That
up to them
mystical thing that-
what they decide to do with it.
Yeah, it's up
You
to them
kind
to
of did betray one of the party members, so
I did kind of betray, just like that mystical thing, so that if necessary, what is that thing anyway? Remember what's it called?
amulet.
Shine Geist.
The amulet, the one that gives really vague, weird answers.
Could we get a list of those amulets again, Sam?
Let me
Eh.
try find this.
You can
They-
screw me
they
over, I
weird
don't really
answers.
care that much. I did kind
You
of
mean
shoot
like a...
Graeme in the foot. Actually, when you think about it, I did the least damage to him, the least permanent damage to him. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
but you did try to do the most.
Yeah, although I know I never would. And stop bringing it up.
It's the thought that counts.
Stop living in the past.
So what, the
I love
amulet
how
is like a
it's just
chained
funny that
8 ball.
Steven, who's like, I'm just going to give him a warning shot, takes up his toe forever. He's got 9 toes.
Amulets
That-
are the God, but I
Me,
had
who
it
tries
somewhere.
to shoot him in the face. Oh no,
Wait,
he's
so-
easily fixed.
An amulet that gives off vague answers.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had a whole list of them.
An 8 ball with a chain on it.
God, I was kind of hoping one.
Yeah,
of
you
had
don't
Link.
really have to, but like if you really.
Well, it does kind of. Oh wait, I do have them. Let's upload it again. Okay, give me 5 seconds. But in the meantime, Sullok and Egonox, do your thing. You're busy chatting
I'll
to each
just
other.
be learning here.
Is the 8-ball the worst source of information in the entire planet? Let's see. Reply
Egonox
hazy,
does not
try
use
again.
egg ball.
Okay. Hey, what?
Egonox
Select
needs
amulets.
gold.
Egonox
This lady
needs-
that's in front of me, is it the same lady that gave me that other amulet?
The lady that gave you the amulet to find the Gnome initially was this blind girl over here. She is currently within her kind of thick branch stand that she has, and she seems quite concerned with what's going on. She's chatting to Larry at the moment, I think.
Larry's just sitting there, spacing out a bit, or standing there, sorry, spacing out a bit. Yeah, no, I just wanted to see what amulets there were before. Okay, they're loaded finally.
Yeah, and I'm busy hanging out with Elias Brom. I think that's her name.
The lady that you're hanging out with at the moment is Kuro, Scout Kuro.
I said I was hanging out with Eliambrin.
Eliambrin.
Kuro Christian Academy.
Eliambrin was
girl he
another
boned.
girl. Yeah, that was another girl. Okay. I
Okay,
got
that's
mixed
what
up.
yeah, that's what I specified. Oh well.
I was thinking that Eliambrin might have been the necromancer that you met.
No.
She's Tarai. God, there's names. So many names.
We didn't ask for her name. I don't think we got her name.
Yeah, I've just got it listed here though. But I mean,
Because I guarantee you, if I got that necromancer chick's name, I would have written it down.
but maybe you'll see
Excuse
her.
me, blind lady.
Anyway, you're chilling with Eliambrin. I need to write her name down in case we might need her in the future. But yeah, you guys were saying, you were talking to the blind lady now, right?
Yeah. Excuse me, blind lady.
She seems to be typing something into a note for DMs. She'll get to you in a second. Slept with Sylis. That's all she has. That's her entire character. I'm just gonna make her public to everyone, just in case. All players. Cool. Scout Eliambrin. I think that's how you spell it. If not, I don't know. So, Egonox, you were saying to the lady?
Yes, excuse me, lady.
Whoa.
He's having some kind of conniption there. You want to say that again? Your mic was
Yeah,
completely breaking up.
he's in a storm.
I
Lady, I have used that amulet wisely.
saw your friends carrying some of the Steingeist with them on the way in.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also have some with me too.
That's very
Fine,
good.
you
Are
can.
you here for the amulets then, I'm assuming?
No, Egonox is looking for gold, and then to give you some back also for the amulet that I used before.
Oh, okay. So, amulet and then essentially whatever is left over you sell. Right?
That's right.
Okay. Let me just double check prices and stuff. Where did I write this down?
Prices and stuff.
Yeah. Did like all these rules for like, how the Steingeist can be sold.
Ah, damn it, I realized my mark wasn't another marking, sorry.
Oh god. Okay, there we go.
Larry
So-
says Larry would also like to do that as well.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Snapping
And she kind of like, I want to say looks over the counter, but she kind of just faces her head in your direction, Sullok, because she can't see. And she says, and you there, I kind of sensed what was going on. Are you alright? Are you...
Oh no, I'm fine.
you wishing
Don't worry.
wishing to buy anything? Prefer to do everything in one transaction if that's okay with you.
I don't
Bring
know.
your
What are you
Steingeist.
selling?
Bring your Steingeist.
No, the Steingeist is mine.
But okay, you want to keep
No.
it. That's fine with you. I'll deal with these two then.
Brr.
And she looks, well, doesn't look, but she faces back, kind of, to Larry. She says, "So, how much do you have to sell? Do you guys have the stats written out and that kind of stuff?"
I do. Larry just says, how much was okay? How much were we going to give you for an amulet?
You see, the thing about amulets is that they require more steingeist that initially than is the final product, because I have to kind of like grind away the lesser quality bits and polish it down and compress it sometimes even. So I'd say maybe depends, 1.5 or 2 pounds per amulet should net you one of these. I'm taking into account that I'm taking some extra for myself as payment for this service. It's okay with you. I hope.
Okay. Okay. And you said 1.5 to 2
2
pounds
of normal steingeist.
Yeah.
The standard
So-
orange strain that you likely have there. You can feel its energies. I think.
So how much would be for the amulet of earth?
Amulet of Earth.
1.5 or 2 pounds?
Okay, so that is. Like thinks of it, she takes the amulet that she's made and like kind of fiddles around with it, like the 2 kind of strands in the end. Just, I think with this one to recreate another one, I would cost you 2 pounds if that's alright.
Okay. So yeah, Larry will take the amulet of earth and sell the rest of the steingeist.
Cool. And how much else do you have?
4 pounds.
Pounds. Okay.
Quick maths.
Quick maths. Alright, so
1 is 1 equals 3.
she takes the 2 pounds and she kind of like weighs it in her hands. You can see she starts like looking up a bit, almost as if she's like connect with this, and she says, "This is very, very good quality. Delicately, I must say. A lot of these, not to be rude," and she kind of motions towards Sullok. The more bashful dwarves tend to shatter them and sometimes unuseful pieces. But these are very nice, nicely sized chunks. Thank you. To do that, but
You're welcome.
just happened to be that way. She kind of like weighs them. Yeah, this will be good enough for the amulet, and then she grabs the rest of the 4 pounds. Says, "So you've never dealt in this before, have you?"
No.
All right. Well, I'll give you a bit of a rundown on how things work. Keep this in mind in case anyone tries to cheat you in the future, because I am all for the legitimate trade of this resource. Typically, right, I'm pretty much going to read this to you guys. So steingeist can be sold at different prices depending on the supply and demand, especially, this is essentially what she's conveying to you. Especially Easterners will pay more as they know they can get a better price from shipping it, whereas Westerners will pay less as they tend to have dedicated sources that they can reliably get the mineral from and tend not to need to trade for it.
What do you say about Southerners?
Southerners are us, we tend to mine it ourselves, so oftentimes, unless it's a lass like myself who can't really go out there and mine, I tend to miss the rocks quite often. To even really trade for much for it. You'll find a lot of the scouts here, if they ever need a resupply of it, they'll go out and get it for themselves. So these are probably the worst prices that you'll find here, but for myself, I will give you the average, if that's okay. And the average price for this is around 450 gold per pound. If that's okay with you.
Wait, how
Yes.
much? A pound?
450 gold per pound of
pound?
steingeist. Yes, per pound of steingeist.
Ooh.
I'm giving you a reasonable offer here.
500 and we'll call it a deal.
Roll me. Also, you might want to move your character up there. Roll me a.
Because I can sell 2 of my pounds and get 1,000 gold.
Can we like assist so
Haggle.
that we all also get the same price?
Okay, I'm
Haggle,
going to say that. Okay, this is how it's going to work. Let me know if this is okay with you guys. All 3 of you are going to roll diplomacy. I'm going to say Sullok is the one making the main kind of trade here.
See, because
And
she just said that she has a difficulty in finding them. She just sold herself off.
Yeah, but
So that
there
means
are
we
also
can
other sources here. There's plenty of other supply here.
And we nearly died. in that shit.
Exactly, yeah, more.
Well, a lot of people
More
nearly
money.
die for it though. Okay, all of you
Yeah,
roll
but
me a
we nearly
diplomacy.
died more.
All of you roll me a diplomacy. She's gonna roll sense motive to see if she can like kind of suss
Diplomacy.
you out.
Byron,
Byron coughs up a bit of blood. Come on, Larry.
He already rolled.
Didn't you see mine?
Oh, wait. Oh crap! You're. Oh god. Okay, wait. Let's see. Oh wait.
So as I'm going to say,
You guys are lucky. You guys are
Yeah,
lucky.
luck.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, what happened there?
Must have been
A
our
3,
good
a
looks.
4, and a 2.
Must have been
so
our
as
good
I'm
looks.
busy going along,
So
See that she's blind.
essentially, what happens here is you guys are all busy talking, and as Sullok hears the 450 gold, he kind of like tries to jump to his feet, but he realizes he doesn't have a toe, and it really hurts to stand on it. So he kind of like stumbles forward. He gets his arms on the counter, and he like stumbles on there, and he kind of like leans to the top, and he says, "Oh, at 5," and he kind of like coughs up a bit of blood on the table. Like
Damn
he
it.
just like grabs his head, like, "Oh dear lord." Bit like
Ugh.
disorientated. Egonox, you're
What's the blood
trying.
from me?
Egonox is trying to reason with the lady that's behind the counter, but when he sees that Sullok falls down, he tries to go and help him. Larry is rather cool and quiet about the whole thing. He says, "I think what my friend is trying to say is 500 gold." If that makes sense, if that works with you, Larry.
Yeah, go for it.
And she kind of like she's a bit taken aback by this all, like you could almost say distracted by this performance by Sullok. And she's, "Yeah, yes, that sounds fine. Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I'm just my foot aches. Yeah, that's it.
I felt that what went on. If you, I think you should take a bit of a rest off of that. Someone around here could probably fix you up a crutch, maybe. I don't know.
No crutches. I'm sure I can design my own.
Tough it out then. I'd buy that.
Egonox can give you a healing potion.
He's already got
Yeah,
a healing
but
potion.
the
He's got
healing
one last.
He's essentially healed up
But
at this
the
point. It's just
healing
gonna like,
potion
it's
wouldn't
just emotional and like, he's tired.
Healing potion
It's-
won't allow
you just
me
got his toe
to
chopped
grow another toe.
He's not used to walking on his new toe yet, essentially. So she says, yes, what was that number that she said, 500?
Yes, 550. Yes,
Oh,
that's exactly.
that's not, no, I may be blind,
No,
but I'm not
Larry
deaf.
said 500.
Yes, your big friend here, and she kind of like pats you on the chest. 500, and
Pops up a little bit extra.
I'm very fine with that. You seem like a reasonable bunch, and in the good nature of future business, I'll give you this benefit for now. So, 500 is it? How many pounds are you selling me?
I'm selling you 2, so I get 1,000. Gimme.
All right, so
Bonk,
she
it's on my
takes £2
table.
from you.
Blah, 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 blah.
I need you to be honest with me here. There was £2, right? You're not trying to like cheat her, or
No,
okay, cool.
honest dwarf.
Okay, just double checking because I don't have access to all your character sheets at this point,
Well, no. Okay, look. I must admit, dwarves can haggle and be filthy cheapskates
unless they cough up blood.
as they cough up
But
blood.
the thing is, you're handing over what you. I'm trying to see what you are actually handing over
But
to her
there's,
so she can weigh it up.
there's honor amongst thieves. Remember that.
So you hand the £2 of Standcast over to her, mark that off of your notes, and she kind of like she kind of like weighs enough. This will do fine. Yes, all right. And she down in a crate next to her, you can see it's like padded and stuff. It's like got cushioning on it, and you can see there's some other chunks of Standcast in there. A few other different shades. You can see a bit of the red Standcast, like a small amount, and some blue.
Blue.
Yeah, you're not too sure what the blue is, but it's glowing a little bit brighter than the others. Anyway, so
Oh,
she
I need to prepare to keep it fresh.
she places the other £2 in there, and just kind of like closes it. She doesn't like pull the latches shut or anything because she thinks she's going to be talking to the rest of you. And then she kind of grabs one of the sacks on the top. You can see that she's got braille note on the side of it, so that she can like read in inverted commas how much is in there. Just here we go, 1,000 gold. Sack. Cut into pieces of platinum and that kind of stuff, so it's not literally carrying 1,000 pieces of gold around with you. Like, less than that. I'm not going into platinum and all that kind of stuff because it's like, gold, not 5e. But yes, essentially, A reasonably sized sack of 1,000 gold pieces. It's yours now.
Oh, nice, Sullok. Larry, you can
1,000
go
gold.
next.
The power I hold within my hands, gentlemen. Sorry.
When she realizes you're doing that, she's like, okay. But then enjoy. Use it responsibly, please.
Shut up.
She kind of like leans over to Larry. A little bit coy now. She says, "And you?" £2.
Well,
hand over the amulet to you. Wait, have you made that transaction, or are you still considering it?
yeah, no. I gave her the £2 for the amulet.
And then she handed the amulet back to you. When you do hold the amulet, you can feel there is some kind of power resonating in it, almost as if it's like a lot heavier than it may seem. And do you put it around your neck?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. So you just put it in your bag.
Yeah.
And it says, "And are you looking to sell any other Steingeist?"
I am, and I also see you have blue Steingeist there. Might I inquire as to what the difference between regular Steingeist and blue Steingeist?
Oh, of course. Yes, well, as there's actually a few different strains. The three main that I work in, which are quite common around this area, are the standard Steingeist strain, the orange, as you can see, a lot of what you guys have. Then there is the, let me just double check this real quick. The Humpelstein is the, people like to call it the Hobblestone. It's this deep red strain that tends to hinder a lot of people, slowing down people, and it's often used by city guards these days. There's all these new technologies being developed around it. It's fantastic. I've heard of some people in Torgotten that have developed these shackles that grasp around people's legs and prevent them from moving entirely. It's pretty fantastic, I might say.
This sounds like something I would be interested in.
Too bad you didn't hear about it.
You're playing hooky with your girlfririend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of weird
She's not my
important
girlfriend.
stuff's happening.
Just a fling. And she says, yes, it's this hindering stone, essentially, Humpelstein. The blue stone, which you were inquiring about, and she actually pulls out one of the shards for you, to hold it up. It's like this long, sharp shard. And she kind of like holds back and forth. I think I can make something out of this, so I'm quite inclined to sell it, but just to tell you what it's about. And she lets you hold it if you want to. You
Yeah,
can see
I'll
there are
take
these
it
like
and
really bright
inspect
turquoise veins running through it that kind of spark like almost lightning every now and then, like much quicker and sharper than the orange stone might glow. And she says this is Schutzenstein. This is often used for protective spells and wards. Many rich homes these days are using these to protect against unwanted intruders. They can form these almost solid walls of energy that can reflect anyone away. A simple shard like this might even hold, let's say, and she like kind of pulls up another one of the, she pulls up a sack of gold, and she says, if I wish to enchant this and use this energy, I could probably make this bag probably float for about 30 days with this little shard here, like just from the kind of force of protective. Does that make sense to you guys? Essentially, it's used for defense.
Yep.
Just giving you little tidbits and facts here and
It's
there.
like a force field. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. It's often used for force fields. Like that's what the researchers found it to be most useful in. And she kind of, she takes it back from you if that's okay, and then she puts it back.
Yeah.
Puts the gold in the ground. She says, I've heard of other strains, some more yellowish tints, and I've heard of some kind of alchemist in the west that managed to find some lime green tint. But I honestly have no idea what they do. But I work with mainly.
Okay. And then the regular Steingeist, is there anything in particular, or is it just generally magical?
It's very good all-rounder, you could say. I mean, the most common uses for it are mages. They tend to find that it can empower their attacks. So, say for example, your friend who was with you before, I don't know where he is at this point, the one with the hood. I sensed that he was a bit of a mage himself. If he were to, say, throw a fireball at the ground or something, if he were to crush a piece of Steingeist in his hand before he did that, the fireball might burn twice as deadly, or might
Jesus,
travel
throwing
twice as fast.
fireballs, lady. How high level do you think I am?
What?
Essentially, it does more damage to it, or it makes it travel further.
I know, but I said Jesus, throwing fireballs, lady. How high level do you think I am?
I don't know.
7.
You are 7 high.
Not high enough to deal with this.
And she says, "And are you looking to sell any of the rest of your Steingeist yourself, or are you looking to use it yourself?"
Well, I was interested in selling, but then when you showed me the blue, I was wondering if you might want to trade some regular Steingeist for that. That's I don't know what the worth difference is, but you seem like a
If
reasonable
I may make an
person.
honest suggestion, there are multiple reasons why I wouldn't want to trade this at this point. Partly because I'm here for research. I don't particularly count in this business for my livelihood. I do make profit just out of good practice, but I'm here mainly for the research and to study these stones and figure out what they're useful for, and then figure it out and create some kind of enchantment. I sell them off and, you know, turn over a tidy profit in the meantime. But also the reason I wouldn't really want to trade this with you is because I'm not too sure you know how to use it. I mean, if I gave you the stone, would you know how to harness the energy?
I am sure I would not know myself. I just know I will be able to find a way. There is a magical person in
I
my
could maybe
party,
teach you.
Okay.
It might take some time, but I would.
Do you not need any magical affinity to be able to just use the Steingeist?
The thing is, I feel like everyone has some kind of magical affinity in them, and it doesn't require much to just pull the trigger, you could say, on these energies. Are quite volatile, but I mean, that's some of the beauty in it.
Okay. But then will you still trade some, or will I have to purchase it?
Let me think real quick. I just need to do some math real quick to see what's worth what. So how much Steingeist do you have?
4 pounds.
4 pounds. Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to give you some meta real quick. The cool blue Schusenstein is worth between 1,300 and 1,500. So going by the 500 that you've gone, you'll need to sell maybe like 2 and something pounds to get this 1 pound of Steingeist that she's offered. Not Steingeist, Schusenstein.
Okay.
Wait, what does Schustenstein do again?
Schusenstein is the blue one that defends.
Ooh,
That's what Larry's trying to kind of get at this point.
right.
So are you willing to trade, let's say, 2.5 pounds for the 1 pound of blue?
Oh, of Schusenstein.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to worry about the names and stuff. It's just I like naming
Blue
German
Heist.
stuff.
I'll call it
Heist.
blue.
It's powerful.
You can call it Blue Heist. I'll take that.
It was Larry's idea, I promise.
So sorry, I missed that last bit. I was talking over. Is that it? Are you going with that or?
Yes.
Okay.
Larry agrees.
Cool. And you're left with I think 1.5 pounds.
Yes, and I would like to sell that.
I'll get you 750 gold. So she says, "Oh, that's
Yes.
fantastic. It's the 2.5 pounds of Steingeist that you hand her. Here you go. Tell you what. At sundown, meet me here again, and I will begin training if that's alright. It won't take too long. Maybe if you're willing to stay up overnight, I'm happy to do that, and then you can just. I'll tell you
Larry.
what she thought.
Okay.
Or we can do it
Larry
tomorrow
is
morning.
willing. Sorry, I think I'm lagging.
Okay. Is it my voice that's like cutting off, or?
No, it's me. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I just checked on TeamSpeak.
Okay, so. Just let me know if you want me to repeat anything.
Yeah, just repeat what you just said.
So she essentially says you can either study with her overnight, or you can do it the next morning, and then she'll show you how to kind of harness the energies of it without wasting the charge of the stone, essentially. So if you do learn how to use it, you'll still be able to use the stone that you just traded for.
Okay. Well,
Last for.
Larry will be fine with that. He just wants to go and get cleaned up and everything, and then he'll come and train overnight.
Cool. And she says, alright.
How much is that?
So you get 750 gold for the 1.5 pounds that you sold to her.
Yeah. And then how much is the training?
Training, she says, well, I am to share this knowledge because I do. These stones are quite a passion of mine, so 50 gold, I'd say. Is that right?
Larry will give you 75 gold.
75. Oh, you're a generous fellow. Right. Oh, then I'll teach you everything that I know about it. And with that, she kind of like motions towards Egonox and says, "And you, Mr. Stony Fellow, trust that you led these fellows straight and true."
Egonox has found the other kind. The red Steinheit.
I sense something there. So you have the Humpelnstein.
Yes, that stuff really hurt me.
I would imagine. It's one of the reasons I actually stopped going out myself. I was afflicted by one of the strains. I fell unconscious in the woods. And
Oh, I see. Egonox is a little
thank
bit more
God
tough.
I didn't succumb to any creatures out there, but I do know how it is. So yes, are you looking to sell that, or are you looking to keep that, or what can I do
Egonox
for
is
you?
looking to sell it.
And any of my amulets? Looking at any of that?
No.
None of that.
Egonox has 1.2 pounds.
1.2 pounds of the Humpelnstein or
Red.
Steinfest? Red. Okay. So she tells you that the Humpelnstein goes for about. She'll give you 1,300 for that. For 1 pound of Humpelnstein. So let me just math it up real quick and find out how much 0.2 is. Times 0.2. Actually, wait, no. Times 1.2. Okay, so in total, she will give you 1,560 gold for your 1.2 pounds.
Sold.
Alright, that's fantastic. You can see this time she kind of like looks down, she kind of like looks for a few other sacks. She's like, I'm running out of trading money here, actually. She puts another sack in the counter, which is 1,000 gold, and then she like picks up one that has the note 500 on it. She drops a few extra gold coins in there. So there you go. 1,560 gold for you. Is that okay with you?
Thank you, thank you.
And you can see as she
If I
picks up
come
the...
across some more, I shall bring it to you.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. And you can see as she picks up the Humpelnstein again, like as her hands touch it, they kind of like clasp around it, like almost spasming a bit. I'm like, oh god, I don't like touching these things. She like
Egonox can put it
quickly
in for
puts
you.
puts it in the crate. It's, no, it's all right. These in quantities this small, they aren't too bad. And she kind of like rubs her hands together, like easing up the muscles.
Spasmed.
Yeah. Alright, and anything else?
No, that is all. Thank you very much. You have helped us out a lot by borrowing me the amulet. I haven't paid you for that yet.
Oh, do you wish to buy another one separately? Alright.
No, for the one that you gave me before.
Oh, no, that's on the house. That's an agreement that I have with some adventurers. Those cost like nothing to make. I just take like a tiny shard. I use the offcuts of the normal Steingeist, ingrain it in some iron, and tie it in a string, really. It's a simple enchantment. It's nothing really. Don't worry about it. You'll see it'll wear off in a few days. The enchantment, detecting where it might be. But if you do wish to go hunting in the future for some more, then feel free to come back here and talk to me. I mean, people.
Well, okay. Well, how much is another amulet then? Because how long is my one still gonna last? Not that long.
Your one that you have in your hand there, that'll maybe last you 1.5 more days. I don't see that you people are fit to go out within 1.5 days. So I'll tell you what. If you wish to go on it again, just come talk to me. I'll give you another one on the house as long as you know, maybe swing the prices a bit in my favor.
Oh, like 400, 499 gold.
Perfect, dwarf. She like, even though her eyes are closed, you can see her rolling them.
Well then, blind lady. Yeah, take this 30 gold.
Oh, come on, I'm
as a
joking.
thank you gift.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. You have helped us out a lot.
Fantastic. I would consider you all friends at this point. I hope you know your names.
Friends. Hmm.
Who
What,
are you?
for giving you stones?
Well, yes, it's trade. It's a business partnership, I guess you could say almost.
But that makes us friends.
I would
Alright
consider,
then.
yes.
Business
Okay.
friend Sullok.
Business friends.
all in
Okay.
good
Oh
faith.
yeah, that makes more sense. Yes.
Until we get to know them even more closer, then they would become friends.
Friends. Well, we won't be staying here long, will we? It's full of bears and wolves and ogres and massive trees and annoying things. I don't think I could stay here. I don't think we could live to be that. Stay here for being her friend.
Speaking of which, where are you all heading, actually? I mean,
Somewhere.
I heard rumors that you were going places, but I didn't...
Yes, places.
Just-
That's exactly where we're going. A
So
place.
So you've heard rumors he's going places.
Do you have some destination in mind? Are you on some sort of mission?
Well,
yes.
we're still looking to head going down to the south even further.
Further south? No. No. Not after the giant ants and ogres, please.
We need to find Aries home, Sullok.
Yeah, but she could be west, or maybe. Oh yeah, that's right, south. It's nice and warm there. Warm beaches.
The south
Yes,
doesn't
they
have
did
warm
say
beaches,
she's
I
in
must
the
warn.
south.
What?
South gets...
But-
This is fairly timid for these parts, I must have you know.
No, but I came from the south, and that was pretty.
You came from
temperate,
far
you know.
south.
Yes, far south.
You came
That's
from a boat?
exactly where I'm saying. We go south.
This area that we're
Yes.
in now,
Mountains and
Maybe-
temperate forests and
maybe
lovely
a
coastlines.
couple hundred kilometers south from here, it only starts letting up. But these are
Oh.
some dense forests where monsters reside.
Not like giant bears or anything, right?
Yes, actually, it's a very good guess.
Okay, no, we're not. I don't think we could go farther south. You know, let's forget about the whole.
If it makes you feel any better,
another
there are
thing-
many others as well. There's Bulettes, there's Draculisks, there's Morgs. There's quite a few Morgs around here, actually.
No. What are Draculisks? That doesn't sound very nice at all.
Draculisks. You know, you've heard of dragons, right?
Well, yes.
It's like the dragon's younger cousin, but with
Go south.
with 6 legs and crystalline hide. Quite interesting.
Hmm.
See one myself because, well, I'm blind, but I've heard of them.
Could
Oh.
one capture one and sell it?
Capture a Draculist, you say?
Or kill it and then sell parts from it?
Not like something endangered, like a certain Wyvern. And I look at the old woman in the corner there.
Yeah, that's
kill
why
a
I'm doing my
wyvern?
research now. It's
No. We didn't kill a wyvern. No.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
Wyverns
I'm
are
just-
used as a lot of transport around here. They're quite respected in these lands. Just a
That's
heads
for
up,
the bad
in
ones.
So I
case
do a
you
little-
encounter one. Some of them
Like
are
a
This
violent.
little chuckle.
conversation.
Some of them are violent, but you know.
No, we didn't kill any wyverns. Hey, Larry. Right? And I wink at him.
First rule of wyvern killing.
You don't
What?
speak about wyvern killing.
Never speak about wyvern killing.
But can we kill the
Second
one with
rule
the
of
crystalline
killing.
skin?
Never speak of wyvern killing.
What's the third rule? There's always 3 rules.
I don't know, like up your ass or something.
So can we kill the ones with the crystalline skin?
How did we actually kill the wyvern again? I can't remember.
Because it went raw.
You were
and
heading
jumped-
to the monks' village, and it was essentially one of their buses that they used.
No, it was
I'm-
essentially just saying hello.
Oh yeah.
no,
oh, yeah.
I mean, who actually killed it? I can't remember.
Me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got
Your
like,
Marcus
swept under their
cancelled.
wing.
But don't
Stabbed
forget,
apart.
I scathed off some scales and took some argoop as well. So
Yeah.
I had to, kind of
Mutilated.
desecrated it.
Yep.
Desecrated it, yeah.
You carved Sullok was here on its chest once you were done.
Mhm.
And she kind of looks over you all. She says, "Well, chance that you are heading south, I would suggest talking to Scout Kuro. She's quite familiar with those lands, and she might be able to offer some help. Just on the off chance."
Like a steam wagon or a train.
Not
No,
quite.
she can
not quite.
teleport us, remember? She teleported us last time.
Did she teleport you before? I wouldn't
Yes.
count on that though. It does take some of her power, and she might have just done that out of good faith. It is kind of our duty to save wanderers out here, but not be their personal taxis.
Oh, we just ran into a small trouble with a couple of ants.
Something tells me it wasn't that. And so here aren't just something small.
Well, yes,
any
we
case.
kind of got that idea. Everything's large here. I think we got the
big.
impression.
So, yeah, what are your plans now?
Dig a hole and cry.
Dig a
I
hole and
suppose.
cry. Nice.
Hmm.
Show.
A good strategy all the time. You know, it works.
Show.
Well, so like, if you feel too bad, you could stay here. This is a safe place. So you could
Not going to
live
stay
your life
here.
mining Steinreis.
Well, stay here.
Where
no.
is a safer place to mine Steinreich compared to where we went? I don't know if
Probably
you
the
knew
bottom
where
of
we
the
went.
ocean.
The thing is, wherever the Steingeist is, there is danger. A target for these beasts and monsters that there is no safe place to mine Steingeist. Even this fortress is really producing such a, you could say, magical heat signature that there are probably lots of things lurking around at the base of this tree right now.
Well, thank you for telling us that. Very, very enlightening.
Oh yes, it'll definitely help you sleep.
Well,
Quite
that
enough,
chick we
quite.
met was certainly magical.
Luckily, Egonox doesn't need to sleep.
Well, maybe you can swoop down there and eat some.
No.
No?
No.
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 Okay, alright then.
It's not an innocent man screaming for his life. Can't do it.
So Larry wants to know where can we, you know, get washed up and.
Well, there's
I
a
don't know if
bathhouse
there's
around here
showers,
somewhere.
Well, we
Should
can,
cost
you
more
know,
than a few
swim out
coppers.
to sea. We can swim out to sea and then just wait for the, you know, waves to pull us to shore, and
There's
then,
no
you know,
ocean
we'll get
here.
washed up on the beach.
I don't suppose you know about the sea stories as well. All those sailors.
No,
trapping
no,
around.
no, please, I don't want to hear about your creepy sea stories.
Maybe I'll tell you
Thank you.
sometime.
No, you won't tell me at all. Yeah. I came here on
But
boat,
yes,
and I'm planning to go back by boat.
Larry was it? I think they said.
Yes.
Yes, there's some bathhouse around here. I think it's up a few flights. Doesn't cost more than a few coppers to have a nice hot bath.
Let's
Use
all
some
go
salt
treat
as well.
ourselves, guys. After such hard work fighting those enemies.
We should have some chocolate, and scones, and
Oh,
tea.
I think there is some baker around here. I think he works in the mess hall. Go check him out.
Well, where's the mess hall?
You've been to the mess hall before, you would know. Kind of north. I haven't got everything mapped out, but like you've been in here for at least one night, and you've had breakfast and I think
Yes.
Larry's bath is here, so you guys might know where these things are.
Oh yeah, I have bath.
It was one level up, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I
the-
did
the-
that.
the bath,
that
was
thing
one
that's
level
been
up.
so long from time to time.
It's been so long since I took a bath.
No, it's too late.
Yeah. So what are your plans?
How much is the bath?
It's like
Is it
3
all
coppers.
Friday, or-
You don't even have to worry about
Alright.
it.
There's
Well,
3
I'll just
coppers.
minus it off
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like there's literally
Yo.
a page where it like lists all the kind of common commodities. Like so much of that stuff is like 1 silver, like 3 coppers. Like, then you get like 1 magic item for like 3,000 gold, and you're like, okay.
It's so
Uh,
nice.
well,
Come and fill the
why
whole
can't we
bath
stay
full
in
of blood
D&D?
and then just pay 3
It's
coppers.
just so easy and simple.
It's
magic
So much gold now.
Just magic everywhere, and gold is easy to come by, and everything's cheap. It's heaven. Yeah, but then you could go on quests and slay ogres.
Not boring. How dare you?
How
This is
dare you?
important to my life.
I'd rather do this than my job.
Anyway,
Guys, we
okay.
still
yeah,
need
so-
to-
Legit,
Sullok
yeah.
some
Like
money.
where are you guys going? I just want to check what you guys are doing. Then I'm gonna
I mean,
get.
not Sullok,
Gonna check what Graham's doing.
Silas.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Sorry?
Yeah, not
maybe
actually, because I need
Larry's
to read some shit. I need to study.
Okay, cool.
study.
Yeah, so cheers guys, thanks for the session.
What? Okay.
Alright.
Lekker, man.
Cool. Cheerio.
Cheers.
User disconnected from your channel.
Gonna watch some porn.
Study the female body. Alright, well then, can pretty much get everything ready up to the point where you guys are about to leave or whatever, and then call the session there.
Yeah,
We can still
off
do
to
the
the bath we go.
Cool. So while you guys are doing that, is it okay to say that you guys like take a bit of the evening, like bathing, cleaning up, like getting your rooms, all that kind of stuff set up, all that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
And having
Larry's gonna
yeah,
clean up
you're
quickly
gonna
and
come back.
stuff and then come back. Yeah.
I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
but
no stress.
for Sullok and Egonox, are you guys gonna like have some food, have a bath, get a room, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Just -1 gold off of both of you guys, just to like cater for all of that kind of stuff, and then
Yes.
that'll take good care of you. Right.
Fantastic.
So Larry, after you, just a quick note, Dale. Once finished with Larry, then I'll get back to you to see what you do. If that's okay. Yeah, whatever. So Larry, once
Sorry, what?
once I've finished with Larry here, then it'll pretty much be caught up to where you are, and then I'll check with what you're doing, if that's alright.
Wait, have they spent like what all the time done already?
Yeah, they've just been like chatting, and they've like taking baths and like they're just getting ready for bed and all that kind of stuff. But Larry's about to just go and like learn some stuff about the Steingeist, and then it'll be probably once that whole thing finishes, then it'll be around the time that you finish preparing your spells and summon the Archon. If that's alright, and then we'll get back to you. Cool. So Larry, you clean up.
Just ping me.
Yeah, clean up. You get all that good stuff done, and then you head back down. You see the kind of marketplace room is a lot quieter now. It's sun is just about to set. You can the angle is so steep that you can like see some of the sunlight on the walls like cascading through the windows. And then she kind of senses you coming. Says, "Oh, Larry, that's you." Not many people.
Kind of senses you coming.
Yeah, I was about to say. Not many people have footsteps that heavy. How are you doing?
Larry is good. Feeling better after the wash.
Good. Are you ready to prepare your mind for a whole new world of magic?
Larry will try.
Alright, that's all I need. All I ask is that you give it your best shot, and I will give it my best shot. Right, so I'm just going to kind of read out how this works. I don't know if I have exact rules for it, but is it okay if I flesh that out for next session, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. So she essentially, this takes about like maybe 3 or 4 hours for you to get the hang of like how to manipulate the stone and like position it in your hand and like activate it through. This is like the most in tune with magic that you've been pretty much in your entire life. You've, I don't know if you've ever like tried casting spells before, but like you can feel you can feel something inside of you almost like attached to the stone as you're holding it, like in the way that she's saying and all this kind of stuff. She tells you about the strain. This is an aquamarine strain of the mineral with turquoise veins, generally used for protective spells and warding circles. Due to the nature of the use of this, the effect will last for 30 days, but will not grow. Oh wait, no. Okay, you don't know that. That's about a completely different thing. Okay, wait, no, yeah. So there are some ways to cultivate Steingeist, saying if you ever use the Schutzenstein, you can't grow it while it's in use. So there's ways that you can like, I think Sullok knows some of the ways to do it, but you can actually kind of farm this stuff, and this will not farm when it is, essentially.
Oh, I see.
In meta.
And then, yeah, it's saying how many rich palaces and that kind of stuff are using the Schutzenstein to create these wards and fend off intruders. Keep away wild animals, all that kind of good stuff, and it's been proven to be really effective. Essentially, what I'm going to make this do is, once you activate it, for a certain amount of time in combat, you're going to have a bonus to armor.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll flesh it out and like figure it out exactly, but that's the gist of it. And she essentially tells you how to activate it, how to like use this to enhance your natural damage absorbing abilities.
And then, like, does it not get used up? You know, like a bit of like.
It will be used up, but it will have the piece that you have in your hand, the 1 pound of it, be able to be used at least a few times. So it's not like you use it once and then it's done. It's like you can use it once and then you feel the power drain a little bit, but you can use it again. And then, depending on how potent the strain is and all that kind of stuff, like depends on how many uses you get out of it. For example, the normal Steingeist, how many uses does that have? Yeah. So 1 pound of normal Steingeist could enhance 3 to 5 spells, depending on the strength of the spell. So like, well, it's probably going to be the same amount, so you can probably use this piece 3 to 5 times, depending on how much you want to increase your AC by.
Oh, so you can like choose how much.
Yeah, I'll probably
like,
make it like
up to a
variable.
certain
So you,
limit and
like,
stuff.
in your say
Okay.
you're in a tough fight, you say like I want to use all the strength left in this to like boost my armor as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like one final flurry. That's the thing. It's like a very volatile chemical or mineral. So you know, if you punch it,
Alright,
it'll
cool.
all activate. So she explains it, and by the time you're done, you can see the moon is high in the sky. Not that that dictates how long night has been going on for, but she says, and yes, that's about it. It does kind of shame me that I haven't studied more of this, but I'm always trying to learn. This is actually one of the strains that I know the least about. So if you do find any more, I really appreciate taking the time to study it. And anything that I do learn, I will share with you. Do you have any questions or anything like that? I mean, yeah. Anything else you want to know about the stone?
No, that will pretty much cover what I was expecting. Thank you.
Okay. No, if you don't mind, I am rather tired. I got up really early this morning, so I'm going to head to bed.
Yeah, Larry will do the same.
Yeah. So she gives you a hug like around the waist. Her head literally comes up to like about middle of your chest. It's alright. Good night, and stay safe and everything. And please put the stone to good use. It is rather rare.
Very well.
Right. And she's going to go to bed and all that kind of stuff. You want to do anything else for the night, or are you going to go to bed?
Yeah, no, he's Larry's
Right.
just gonna get a bit.
Larry lets out a big yawn and then heads on down to bed. Cool. And around this time, a Lantern Archon appears, and I'm going to poke Dale to see what he does. Yoink.
Yeah.
Hello! Right, so Larry's finished his lesson, and we are back with you. So you have currently just created your Lantern Archon, and there's just this crackling when it just and now there is this floating, almost mechanical in front of you. It's like just a lantern essentially, glowing quite brightly, and you are now mentally connected with it. You can hear the guards fumbling on the other side of the door with the key, frantically trying to get it open, but you have time to teleport away if you want to.
Okay, now there's another opportunity to screw me over. Teleport, I'm sending you the thing. There's a chance for it to fail. I'm actually quite scared of this now.
Okay, thank you. I'm really grateful that you were honest about that. That being said, I'm gonna see if it works. So mishap. What is this?
It's literally 3 out of 100. If I get that, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, properly pissed.
3 out of 100. So where are you teleporting to?
I'm teleporting outside the village south. Let's say, how far away do you think would be a good location? Away from the
Let me
trees?
check it real quick. The town was in quite a bit of a like hilly mountainous area, so the thing is you could teleport pretty close to it and be secluded. Like the town did kind of lie in a valley, so I would say from where you are, you guys are actually like around there, just meta, because you did move off the path. That's where you got encountered by the ants, and then I'd say like if you literally just move straight to the town, 10.5 kilometers north, you can find you'll know exactly where to plonk to be stealthy.
I will take your advice.
Right. So.
And I would have seen this once.
Yeah. So you've been to the town before. You've seen it. So it'll be the 97 out of 100. So I'm gonna roll 1d100. If it's anywhere between, if it's on 97, 98, 99, or 100, then it mishaps.
Okay.
Cool. Right. Cross fingers, everyone. The gnome is making his escape. Fantastic. So, you hold onto your Archon by the chain hanging on the top of it, and as you see the door open, one of the guards reels up a crossbow to aim towards you, and you can't help
come
it.
on.
No,
I wanted to make the silent escape.
Can't help but just give him a little like. Or do you do anything on the way out? Like give him a salute or a wave or anything like that?
I give him a friendly wave.
You give him a friendly wave and a good old smile. There's a slight look of confusion in his eyes, but you can see him like squeezing the trigger a bit until your vision just goes black, and then slowly but surely, like your eyes begin to adjust. You're outside. It's raining, but it's like a good, cool feeling on your face after being stuck in that humid room for about 8 hours. You look around, your Archon is there, it begins to float up next to you. You get to your feet, and you know exactly where you are. It's this little like rock formation, hidden away from the town. You look down into the valley and you can see Bucht there, out in the valley. Some lanterns glowing in the streets. A lot of people kind of like, if anyone's moving down the road, they're kind of like rushing between cover, that kind of stuff. No one has noticed you. You're now overlooking it. What do you want to do?
Is there really anything I need to do?
You know some people here. You know the lady at the tavern. You go chat to her.
Wait, I'm at I'm at the tavern, so I'm at a different town.
Yeah, didn't you say you were moving to?
Yeah, sorry.
The
I was
village?
confused.
Yeah.
So sorry.
You've
I'm
teleported
back
10
at that
kilometers
town.
north.
10 kilometers north. I can teleport whenever I want again. So I'll do the usual things. I'll go up to her, I'll buy a meal, and I'll...
Right. So you enter the tavern. You are still quite dirty and bloodied at this point. It's you've still you haven't had a time to wash up or anything from the fight before. So you enter the tavern. I'm guessing you try and make yourself look presentable, like brush your hair back, all that kind of stuff. You buy a meal, and she looks over and she's, "Are you alright? I mean, you look pretty beat up. Where did you come from?"
You should have seen the other guy.
That's fantastic, but seriously, are you okay?
Yeah,
is
I'm
everything
fine.
right? Okay,
Shit happens. Don't worry about me.
I do understand.
I'll be better in the morning.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a place to sleep or anything?
Oh no, I was just gonna look around town. Is this place available? Got any spare rooms?
Yes, we've got a few spare rooms for the night. Would you like to take one?
Of course. How
Alright.
much would that be?
I'm just gonna say for the room, the meal, and like any drinks that you might have. Can we say like, I think 20 silver should be okay.
Okay, that's fine. So that's 0.2 gold.
Yeah. And as you approach the counter to like kind of pay up and stuff like that, the Dragonborn bartender kind of looks at you and says,
Did you just say the Dragonborn?
"Yeah, the Dragonborn bartender. He's a silver, like very dull silver Dragonborn bartender. This is Erum. You've met him before.
No, I haven't.
He was there. He was chatting to the waitress with you and that kind of stuff.
I say greetings in
I did
Draconic.
Draconic, nice. He like kind of looks at his throat and says, "Oh, hello." Speaking Draconic back. This look a little under the
Any
weather.
news in this town?
Any news? Well, I mean, you weren't here too long ago, so I mean, not too much has happened. There was a brawl the other night. They broke one of the windows. He kind of motions to the back. You can see there's still some shattered glass on the floor. He's like, really should clean that up.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
Not much. Actually, no, there was. I think it was the day after you left. We found some traces of blood, and one of the bandits was talking about some crazy gargoyle eating his friend. Didn't happen to be you, was it? Man,
You have to watch out for those crazy gargoyles.
Yeah. It's fine. That guy was a bastard.
Yeah, maybe he was just hallucinating.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's some funky fungi that goes around here. These guys are known to experiment every now and then. I wouldn't pay it too much mind. It's just, rumors, that kind of stuff. So, you taking your room?
Anyway, I'm tired. I'll catch you guys. I'll catch you later.
Yeah. And as he's polishing one of the tankards, he just kind of like gives you a finger salute just off the top. He, ushers you over to the room, gives you the key, all that kind of good stuff. And you rest down for the night. There is a local bathhouse if you want to go use that. It's only cold water though, because these guys aren't fancy. They're poor.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so that's just a few coppers. Honestly, you don't have to worry about that. Like, little things like that, it's a mission to keep track of. So you can bath up, you can do all that kind of good stuff, clean up, and then you head back to your room for the night.
Cool.
The bartender, the waitress that you were with before, doesn't come see you in the night. She kind of just gives you a bit of a gap. She thinks you might have been through a bit too much.
Yeah, I've had a I've had a rough day. To be honest, I've had worse, but yeah.
Cool. So you all sleep through the night, now in different parts of the map and all that kind of stuff. Morning breaks and you all wake up feeling refreshed and pretty bruised, but successful.
I don't.
Yeah, you get a little bit of you wake up a little bit less comfortably, hardened wooden bed. So, what do you guys decide to do? Pretty much anyone who wants to talk now is first. Mark, Richie?
Well, I guess in the morning, like, we would just, go and have the breakfast and all that usual stuff. I guess I'd also notice Fionn's not around, so...
Yeah. You would have known that he got cast off to the prison cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you'd think that's where he is, essentially.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if anyone else is going to come with, but I'll basically just mention to them I'm going to go look for Fionn, and yeah.
Are you going to have breakfast first, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I said after all that.
Okay, well, before that ends, some stuff happens during breakfast. So, as you sit down at one of the long tables with your meal in front of you, you sit there for a while, like just chowing down on all this like wonderful meat. I don't know if Sullok and Egonox are joining you. Are you? Are you joining Larry for breakfast?
I suppose so. Breakfast.
And Egonox?
I'm here on the deck.
Are you going to be joining Mark and Byron for breakfast when they're sitting down in the long hall, just to sit with them?
Yep.
Okay. So as you three are sitting there, a familiar face approaches you. This is Scout Kuro, the lady that rescued you from the giant ants, and she sits across from you, hands on the table. And she has a small mug of ale with her, and she kind of she puts her hand on the table.
Kuro, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
I also sort of gesture at the large plate of meat.
Yeah, sure, I'll take one. She grabs a small drumstick from the side. She'll chew on it every now and then, but she kind of...
Wait, did you gesture to a blind lady?
No, this is Scout
blind lady.
Kuro. Blind lady was the
bloody hell.
merchant. Scout Kuro is the person that rescued you from the ants.
Right.
Very much has eyes that can see.
Damn.
So she kind of after chewing, taking a few bites out, she says, "So I heard a rumor that you were considering going south. Is this true?"
Yes.
Indeed.
Now I do value
Look, we're looking
some of your
for-
lives at least, so I would recommend taking my advice on this. Are you going to the City of the Dead?
Yes.
Yeah, wait, there was something I was supposed to remember at the City of the Dead.
You can check through
Yeah,
your notes or
it'll
anything
come
like
to
that.
me. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Oh, I know what it is.
We're looking for Larry's mom.
wait. I want to see, because I don't know if I would remember what I told you.
I know what you told me. I haven't.
No, I can't remember what I told you.
Mm.
Handouts. Where's it under? Notes. Notes, there you go. So
Notes.
What's it under? Mostly unknown, or...
I think it was World Facts.
Yeah, okay.
It was
Yes, okay, yes.
Mostly
mostly
not
unknown.
unknown.
Yeah, okay. It's gonna come to play. Maybe not. But she begins speaking. She says, "So, City of the Dead. Have you heard any of the rumors around there? Any of the stories and horror stories?"
We have not.
Right.
well. I suppose so.
It's better
Yes.
we get information. Please do tell us.
All right.
Okay. I've only been to the city once.
Oh,
Never within
okay.
the walls,
Sure.
but I would not want to go in those walls. If you see what I've seen. There,
What is inside?
I'm sure when you were all children, you heard the stories of dragons and all those feral beasts and those disgusting things, right?
All dragons aren't disgusting. They're very noble creatures.
Some of them,
The-
the golden and the silver ones, they tend to be more noble than the others, but the red and the some of the blue ones, not so much.
Nor the black ones. They eat rotten flesh.
Yes, actually. That's... I'll get to them in a second. There are dragons in Stattertot. They made their home there. The city was originally inhabited by humans long ago, but burned down in the last war. The war against machines. I don't know if you've heard of it. But it was
What?
burned... The war, 20 years past, it was the mark of the new era.
Machines?
Yeah,
Why didn't I have this?
you should try some research. It's quite interesting, actually. It's a lot of where the origins of Steinheis comes from. But anyway, the city is extreme. I cannot stress that enough. Dangerous. Humans inhabit our desolate, burnt-out towers now, and even possibly worse horrors creep beneath. If you wish to believe the stories, as you said about the Black Dragon, they're rumored to be one sleeping beneath the city, though I don't know how true that is. Even with these old wives' tales, like, you have to kind of understand what's fact and what's fiction. But yeah, I know for a fact that there are dragons in that city. I've seen them from afar.
Okay, well, seeing as we're all here, there's one called Abelard the Headless.
Let me check if she knows.
It's
It
a
is.
dragon.
Alright, well, it's
She's gonna
vengeful
roll a
armor.
history check.
Vengeful armor that lies guarding one of the ruined towers in Stattertot. Oh,
Yeah.
the
So you mean
armor
it's
of
holding
a
a
knight
treasure?
that was beheaded. And then,
She-
you know,
Oh, wait, no, I don't know what that second was. What? Okay, wait, that was weird for me. It bugged out. There's an 18 there for me. As you mentioned the name Abelard the Headless, she perks up and she says, "How in God's name do you know that name?"
nowhere.
In any case,
I've read it in a book.
this is quite an obscure tale, I must tell you. I heard of him, some long ago. Wait, actually, I've got this whole written out. If I don't read it now, I'm never gonna read it. Abelard the Headless. Abelard the Headless. Okay, so this is the tale of him. Abelard the Headless. This is what's rumored essentially. Though inconsistent with his name, Abelard does actually have a head, though it is simply hidden away. That's meta. Apparently, to protect himself, he places the head in some. Oh, sorry, 1 second, guys.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Sorry, this is my dad. So the tale goes that apparently to protect himself, he places his head at some obscure hidden location while he's fighting his enemies. As long as his head remains safe, he cannot die. So essentially, he is invincible while in this strange headless form. This empty possessed armor cannot be killed. Essentially, the story of
And
it
he
goes,
guards a deceased necromancer as well.
Yeah. And they will, like, the rumors go that anyone that survived Abelard can hear this loud metallic voice booming through his dungeon, issuing commands to the armor as to how to fight. So, as though the head were watching from some faraway location. Yeah, and any strikes show minimal damage on him. The story of him goes that Abelard was a mighty warrior who served in the 1st Division of the King's Vanguard. He survived through 4 major battles before being poisoned by his old friend, who was bent with lust for his wife. After he collapsed, he was thrown into the river and suspected to be a deserter, even though his commander believed he would never do such a thing. A novice necromancer discovered the suit of armor and he was caught in the branches. When he flowed down the river, he was caught in the branches. His body rotted away, but his soul remained in the armor. The necromancer found the armor and his soul to it with dark magic and forced him to guard him until forever, essentially. Dark magic, he was resurrected, though bound to a single purpose to guard the fortress until the day he was slain. So that is the story of Abelard the Headless, who apparently resides in somewhere either in or around Gnome. And once she finishes talking about this, she kind of says to you, maybe I was wrong about you. I thought you were some cocky old bastard, to be honest. Hearing
Well,
this, I mean,
I can have
one
my
of
own
these-
humilities.
Yeah,
Well, Larry,
that is one of the horrors that you might find within Gnome. Invincible possessed armors, say. I don't know which I fear more, dragons or that.
well, Larry, I just want to ask you, do you think your mom would have gone into an area like that?
I honestly
say
have
no.
no idea. I have
well-
not seen or spoken to my mom since I was a mere child.
Since you were but a wee baby,
I don't think she would have gone inside a place like that.
I
It's
don't
a
think
knowledge
she would have
Larry's
got anywhere.
100 years old, hey guys. So, like we're talking about 80 plus years that he hasn't.
This is like in another age that he knew his mother. Larry's lived through an era, essentially. This is just so you guys know, this is the way the time works. Is this is the 24th year in the second era, apparently. The second era was marked by the end of the last Great War. Some
Well,
history.
then
if you guys want to know more about
well.
that, I can tell you about another time.
I've been through an era as well then.
Yeah, a lot of you guys would have actually. I think all of you. But
Yeah.
Larry has lived through the era in this country. You guys just kind of rocked up here.
Fair enough.
So
I think we should mine more Steingeist and maybe move a little bit more north.
Yes, and then we can buy a palace and live the rest of our lives. And,
a warning though, I was on patrol early this morning, and I was on the border of the Telfjordur. I think that. Wait.
you mean those? You mean
the
those nasty
necromancers.
bastards? Those nasty bastards who claimed the land for themselves.
Yes, so that was July. And yeah, she is part of the Telfjordur, the necromancers. And she says, and I met with some of the Telfjordur, and they said that there was a party matching very closely to your description, mining in their territories, and that they might not be so pleased with any other intrusions. We nearly got into a scuffle, so it's okay, don't worry.
Well,
Thanks
we
for
can pass
asking,
through their
but-
lands, can't we?
You can pass through there, but you're not allowed to mine their minerals.
Where could we mine?
Doesn't have their name on it. That's a problem.
The thing is, there's a lot of open land around. Further south is unclaimed territories. I mean, few factions here and there, tribes and
Tribes,
yeah.
spears, and wooden shields.
There's plentiful different people that claim land. Honestly, you're not going to survive out here without stepping on some toes. So, you might have to pick a side sometime. I would suggest picking a side against some of the smaller factions because they are easy to avoid at least. So maybe if you find some small tribe along the way that has some Steingeist, go mine some of it. Especially if
You
they
know,
don't notice.
join them, be a part of their family,
No, not
and then
necessarily.
disembowel them when they were sleeping.
Actually, yes, that's a way that you could do it. You could join a faction and then mine in their lands, but the thing is they will take tax on that.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
it's all a bureaucracy, isn't it?
Oh. Taxes.
I wouldn't recommend
There
that.
are no taxes in my land because we all prosper. Actually, I'm starting to question why I came here anyway. Came
but
here for the stones, and then all this crap started.
I was more concerned that you were going to head south without preparation. I've got a map which I don't use much anymore. It's recent. It's quite outdated. I think I started drawing it about 4 years ago, but
What, did they start building some modern city somewhere in no
it's
reason?
just a huge wall down in the middle of the Great Wall of China. No, she says I don't have much use for it anymore because I'm starting to map out. I don't know. I'm starting to make new notes, but I'm just gonna send you guys a link real quick to. I think I actually got this name wrong. So
That's the top.
in the bottom right, in that you see that this isn't the right one. Press map. Paste. That is the map of the forest that she has given you. It's all like not to scale and that kind of stuff. It's just marking off the features. The spot where it says Overtaken Road is where she rescued you from.
Wait, the where, the what?
On the right hand side where it says Overtaken Road, where the road is kind of like marked off by X's. That's the valley that you walked into where there were the giant ants that she saved you from.
Oh.
She then took you west to the Crew Fae, Tree Walkers hideout of their fortress. That's the faction.
We missed an entire town.
Oh no, you went there.
Einsheimbucht.
Yeah, you guys went there. That's
Yeah,
where
we
the
went there.
Dragonborn bartender was. That's where Fionn
Wait,
got
but
named.
that's Buchach.
No, that's Einsheimbucht. Buchach
Damn
is-
straight.
Buchach is even more north. Where it
I
says
can't-
noble housing,
I
that's
don't remember. I
where
don't
it says
remember
noble
that.
housing, that's Ren and Tori's house essentially.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. And as she hands this over to you, she says, and if you look to the left-hand side there, to the east, near Tel Fiorum, inside I've got word that this is how I got to Stadtertot the last time. There is a cave passage there. I haven't travelled it for, well, close to 3 years now, but it does take you very close to Stadtertot, right onto the main road.
But that takes us into the necromancy lands.
Yeah, they don't hate you all. They're just warning you. We're currently at
but-
peace with them. It's a truce.
Yeah, but are they at peace with us? Because, well, you know, she was a bastard, so I treated her
Considering
like a
you're
bastard.
here and alive, I would say she's okay with you.
But I was hiding in a bush. So, justified. I mean, he's a big old ogre. Big old scary ogre.
She did see you. She did talk to you when you were there. Say, and Dwarf when you were running away with the Steinfest. She did notice.
You got a very
Well,
light
no, I was
reaction.
hiding in the bush. I didn't know she saw me.
Okay, right.
I was just, you know, saying out loud, maybe trying to throw my voice or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Ignorant dwarf.
You can't steal this from me. It's my right as a dwarf to have this stone. Rumble off the bushes. Anyway, so it says, that's probably your best bet to get south. But yeah, I don't know how safe the cave systems are recently. I mean, territories underground are just so numerous and so disgustingly complicated. It's not even worth trying to keep track of. Spiders will move into one location. Next month they'll be burnt out by some traveling fire demons or something. It's strange. But passage is decently
Well,
safe.
forests are known to be diverse.
So, does that all sound good to you? Are you okay with all of this? Are you
Yes.
are you actually going to
Are we
head
gonna
south
take the
with this?
cave passage then?
Well... we could risk it and then probably die.
Well, I can see in the dark and so can Mark, but you can't.
You can see everything stabbing you in the face.
I think I can see in the dark. Can I see in the dark?
I think pretty much everything you can see in the dark. I mean, we'll check that on your race
well,
sheet.
I can smell rare minerals. Maybe that'll help me along.
Just like a huge chunk of gold at the end. You just like follow your nose all the way down
I can use dancing lights.
to blind everyone.
What do they dance to? The woats.
Cha-cha.
Ah, I've got low light vision.
They dance to the cha-cha. Oh yeah.
While you guys are busy talking every now and then, you notice entering the room are 3 guards. They're looking around and they catch your eyes and they start moving towards you. They put the one in the center. He looks a bit. He's dressed in like leather armor. The other 2 are like dressed in heavy iron plating. The leather armor clad one puts his hand on your shoulder and he says,
It wasn't me, sir.
"Mr. Dwarf, I feel you should know something.
Oh, what's that?
One of your attackers, you know that whole incident that happened yesterday?
You
I'm
mean
sure
you
you've
mean
gone
the
through it.
gnome?
Yes, the gnome.
Yes. What about him?
He escaped. We don't know where, but
Oh,
Just a
you don't
heads
know
up.
where he is.
just a heads up, we have no idea. We had one of our mages enter the room before, and all that we could discern was that there was a teleportation that went off north. We don't know how far.
Oh.
He could have left the country, for all we know. But all we are saying is that bias against him or anything like that, or if he had it out for you, just keep an eye out. Anything that goes on inside the fortress, we will keep. We are on high alert at this point, but attempted murders are something that we take very seriously. But once you leave this tree fortress, we not offer protection. The elf is currently under questioning, and it's looking like she'll likely be exiled. She's going to be banned from the fortress, and if she's found in our territories, we may have to attack. But we're likely going to give her a week to leave the area. She does
Well,
it there,
good
so,
riddance. She's an elf. Bloody hell. Never trusted
the
her.
man takes off his leather helmet and reveals pointed ears.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, I kind of just dip my hat and sit on the table. Well, put my face on the table.
In any case, I don't care much for racism. I don't care about anything really.
Then why did you take your helmet off?
Just to prove
Make me
a bit of
look
a
like an
point.
idiot.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to turn down the opportunity. In any case,
Oh no!
if you do need any safe shelter or anything like that, we might be able to offer. Not free, but safer than normal. Just say the words, talk to either me or any of my guards.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make a plan for you.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the rest of you guys. He looks at Larry, says, "Good day." Nods towards Egonox. Says, "Kuro." Hello. It's a bit of a
Egonox
wink,
does not
and
need
she kind of like just
protection.
looks a bit disdainful, like, oh god. She looks like she kind of like dips her head down, takes a bite out of the drumstick that she
I
has.
look at the guard and look at her. Scratch my beard.
The guard kind of like lets off a bit of a laugh, like slaps one of the other guards in the chest, and they kind of walk out. All chuckling a bit.
Well, there was no good news in that one at all.
I wonder which way he teleported to.
They did say he teleported north.
Let's hope it's far, far away. So far, he cannot aim at my head.
It's
hope
great
so
at
too.
fucking teleport.
He's gonna teleport 100 miles straight into your face.
No,
Flying
let
kick
it
100
teleport.
miles.
For
Great
push.
teleport means I can teleport anywhere. There's a question, by the way, for you, Mr. DM. Smiley,
Hello, that's me.
read the,
I'm gonna read my big boy voice. My deep man voice.
Big boy voice.
What am I looking at? Teleport.
sorry, just,
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a list, a spell, I'm gonna copy it across, and can you tell me your interpretation of it?
Okay.
Sorry.
While I'm doing that, everyone else think about what they're gonna do, and so we can, get straight on with that. But I'm gonna read through
Okay.
this. Right, Ancestral
I'm
Communion.
just gonna go to the bathroom quickly, sir.
Cool, go for it. Ancestral Communion, School Divination, Bard, Cleric, Oracle, all that kind of stuff. Casting time is 1 minute, so it does take 10 turns to actually do.
It's not a combat spell thing.
Yeah, but I mean, just in case you wanted to do it in combat somehow. Stone or metal image of your ancestor. So, do you have some kind of imagery of your...
It's
Heritage?
kind of like non-gold items. So it's one of those. There's no cost associated with it.
Yeah, but it does kind of... it's kind of a sentimental thing, so you do have to have some memoir of your family. So say, for example, Byron was part of a great dwarven house, and he had an amulet with his great-grandfather's face engraved on it. That's probably what he would communicate through.
So only that under specific circumstances, if I were to find my ancestors, I could communicate with them that way.
If you...
If I were to find out who they are.
yeah, if you could find maybe one of your relatives and ask them if they had some kind of...
I might use that later.
yeah.
Thank you.
You just might need to remind me that you're actively looking out for your ancestors and stuff. Otherwise, I'm likely gonna forget.
Don't worry. When I feel like
Um,
it becomes...
Yeah, let me just check this real quick. So you contact the spirits of your ancestors and use their great wisdom to bolster your knowledge Consulting with the spirits is a full round action. If you consult with the spirits before making a knowledge check, you gain useful insights. Okay, cool. If you've already failed... Okay. So essentially, any knowledge check that you want to make, if you want to consult other people about it, you get a bonus on it. Cool. That's really interesting.
Well, not any knowledge check.
It just says before making a knowledge check. So I'm guessing that's any
Unless
knowledge check.
the dead become omniscient.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing they would be based on like how much experience they have. Or at least they're just advanced. Lived a full life up until that point, so they likely have multiple different areas of expertise. Cool. Is that all?
Hmm?
Alrighty. The Egonox,
Yes.
what are you thinking of doing? Any thoughts on what to do for lunch, or breakfast, or dinner, or anything?
Is there dinner around? Is there lunch or breakfast around here for me?
There's breakfast around, there's no human meat though.
Oh well, that's the only breakfast I need.
They might offer you a vial of pig's blood, if you want to drink that. I don't know if you can.
No, it'll just
Sour.
make my stomach like upset.
Ah, okay.
Like I literally can't eat anything else except for that, and like a few things like tea and a few things like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just a reminder that the kind of area that you came from, I'm just going to turn this rain off because it's getting a little repetitive.
I forgot about the rain.
Yeah.
It sounds so silent now, it's weird. But just a heads up, the area that you came from, escaping from the witches and the hags, was just a bit further south from where you are now. So it's like around this kind of area. It's near Stattertot that you escaped from.
Okay, I see.
Is it okay to say, just for narrative purposes and stuff, that your memory from all that happened there, like your life before you became a gargoyle, all that kind of stuff, is quite hazy from the rituals? So you don't exactly remember who your family was, where you lived before, all that kind of stuff?
No, I just know that I couldn't go back to them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much as I knew about them. Is all I knew is for their own safety, I couldn't go back.
Cool. It'll be fun.
Small memory wipe.
Max back. Cool. So, what is the plan, Mark? You've all had breakfast. Kuro is there with you, offering her assistance, and Sullok just got told that there's a murderer after him somehow. What's the plan?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Well, I think we can't leave yet because we still need to get a hold of Sullok. And
Fionn.
I mean, not Fionn, Sylis.
Sylis, right.
I know he's
I
AFK.
think, through things along, I'm sure he would follow you. If he doesn't, then we can retrograde fix that, but there's not going to be anything too hectic here. And if you guys are going to the Tel Fiorum headquarters, he would definitely want to go there. He's got the hots for that girl.
Because that's where the entrance to the cave is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you guys say? Are we gonna start our next adventure? Or are we gonna go and look for Fionn?
I don't think we should go look for the man who tried to murder me. We can either get murdered down south, or get murdered trying to find and looking for a gnome. What's you, Larry? It's your quest.
Well, at this point we don't know what happened to Fionn, and we don't know when he could be back, so...
And we don't even know where he teleported to.
Exactly. So, I guess the only thing we can do is carry on. I mean, I don't want to be waiting around here.
Alright, well, how about this? We go take a walk around, See if it's spooky enough to disagree with the fact that your mother might be in there. And if she is, assume that she's dead.
You, like, get to the gate, like, see crap going on, you're like, nah. You just
Nah,
turn around.
definitely,
Well, come on,
yes,
it's-
definitely. Look at that
come on.
place.
We'll just take a walk around, I don't know. Maybe go like 10
Take
miles.
a stroll around the city of the dead.
You know, just have a look. I got a telescope. Well, not really. It's more just like a piece of glass. Actually, no. Why am I holding this anyway? Throw it away.
You throw it away, and then you realize you pulled it out of a pouch that is just like filled with random pieces of scrap, and there are like at least 5 other glass pieces that are the same.
And I look
size.
at it. Oh, it was scrap then. Yeah, picked up from Augusthaven.
Yeah, you think you might have been like considering making a telescope, which is why it was on your mind.
Well, then,
Well,
realize
I
you
just
shattered
threw
one
it
of
off
your-
the ledge.
Yeah, you
I
realize
just
that
threw
you
it off
just
the
shattered
ledge,
one
yeah.
of your prime lenses, but don't worry about it.
well, then, are we going to get some rations? I think we need some torches and those kinds of things.
Maybe some humans for you, Egonox.
Maybe we find some in the tunnel.
Sorry, just a heads up, you guys are still around the breakfast table, and Kira is there. And at the word of like humans, she says, "This room is true."
No. We were
We
just
heard the
joking.
rumors, so it was just a running joke.
No, we were just look at the smile on my face. Look, you see.
Sullok, make a
You
bluff
see.
roll.
Oh,
Oh, she's trying to figure out
Oh,
if I eat
bollocks.
humans.
So she's trying to
crap.
she's trying to realize if he's like crap.
See? All teeth. Oh
Yeah,
my
God.
goodness!
Almighty!
She sees right through my eyes. Sees into my
bone.
very soul.
So like as you say that you're gonna get some human bodies for her, she says, "Is that true? Or the room is true?" And you just get immediately flustered, like realizing what you say, like visible sweat within seconds is like dripping down your face. And you're just like,
No.
you kind of just like almost like you instinctively like try and hide under the table a bit. And she just looks at you and says, "Oh my."
I just sit there and
She
look
looks at you,
straight forward.
Egonox, and she says, "Now, I can understand it's for survival and everything, and I don't doubt that you're a good person. I can
He
only just
eats
hope
criminals.
Yeah, I can only
eats
hope that
criminals.
it's the scum of the earth."
I can
yes.
assure you, I will only eat a bandit, one's heart who is unpure, unjust, a person who has no worries for anyone else.
I'm curious
Like
now.
a child.
She kind of
I-
like leans on the
No.
table a bit. She's like gnawing on the rest of the drumstick that she had. She says, "Is it true what they say that human flesh tastes like pork?"
Does it?
Wait, what the fuck is her characterization? Jesus.
I'm just curious.
I'm not too sure. I have never eaten raw pork, but human I must eat raw. But I would say it pretty much tastes like, I would say, yeah, pork.
Humans
Close-
taste like
close to
pig.
that.
I've heard that after large battles, when they're burning the corpses, you can say the can smell like pigs sizzling on the fire. Apparently, it causes some people to become quite distressed when entering mess halls. Just curious. God, that actually sounded very suspicious of me. Anyway,
Why
not a
the
problem,
right
back to
is
you,
not
Sullok, and you like
ragged tag.
you're currently like wiping the sweat off your brow. This one.
Don't worry, ma'am. I can fully understand that people are scared of what I have to do to survive. I am fully aware. It was not a choice that I could make, but it's a
No, I
choice I have to make
I
to
don't doubt
survive.
I've heard some of the rumors about gargoyles. When I saw you initially, I was a little bit worried, but I decided that you might be worth saving. In any case, so to tell Fionn, you can gather supplies when you're there. They do have merchants and honestly some better prices than we have here. But yes, I will be your missionary.
They have
to
better
guide you there.
prices there. How much is
thank
this
you.
Steingeist?
Geist.
Steingeist? I'm not too sure. I don't think they buy it too much. They tend to farm it as it's in the earth and just gather the energies from the surrounding walls, so I don't think they have much use for loose. Besides, maybe station? I'm not too sure actually. Ask them. See what they have to say.
But you never know, Sullok. Maybe we find some more Steingeist in the cave. We shall fill our
maybe.
pockets.
But the necromancers got a little touchy with it, didn't they? And they had that Ogre with them.
Don't worry, I know how it feels. I've taken a bit here and there from them.
Larry wants to know if there's any dwarven smiths where we're headed.
Dwarven Smiths, think.
Human smiths are worthless, by the way.
Like there's a tunnel or something, so I'm just assuming maybe.
Human smiths are worthless, by the way. Don't even mention them.
There's like a slight hint of recognition in her eyes as you mentioned Dwarven Smith. And sorry, I'm just checking this name. She's kind of like thinking, she says, yes, in the tunnel on the way there, I don't think so. I think there's one Dwarven Smith that resides in Telfiorum, but he's a rather nasty fellow. But then there is a legend of a roaming smith around Gnome. She never stays in one place for too long for fear of being discovered, but there are apparently ways to deduce where she's been and where she's going to if you require her services. Her name is apparently Rietra, a rune house.
Could you spell it?
It's a bit of a weird pronunciation. I was like looking over them like, what the F is this name? And Kira says to you, yes, I've heard that she is willing to help adventurers that venture that far down. In case they needed equipment repaired or enhanced or that kind of such. It's a bit of a crazy lass, I must say. Even if she exists, I honestly don't know. But
we shall find her.
If she does, if she is truly real, good lord, that lady is brave.
Is she a dwarf roving across this barren, well, not barren, more like scary beyond all belief land?
Yes, she's, honestly, I think she's insane, but insane people have
Oh, so it's Sullok's type then?
Maybe.
Larry, you're so funny.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah.
Okay,
so just typing. Let's.
Well, in the meantime, we're just gonna go and meet up with what?
Sullok.
No, Sylis. Sorry, Magic Power. And
then Magic Man.
We're gonna leave with him.
Yeah, Sylis. I'm just gonna ad-lib this. As you're talking to him, he seems rather disinterested with all the trouble that's going on before. About like the idea of going south, but as soon as you mention the Telfiorum, yeah, okay, cool, and he leaves Iliumbryn like where she's sitting, and he kind of like stands up and he like dusts off his coat. He's like, cool, are we going?
Yes.
All right. Bye. Yes. And he just moves out the door. Doesn't say a proper goodbye or anything like that. He's just like, whoops, out.
Later, bitch.
Cool.
See you later.
You guys all finished with the tree fortress and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm gonna move you all over to the map screen real quick. When we get to the place, then I'm gonna call it a session if that's okay.
Yep.
I agree.
That's hundreds. The tree fortress was awesome. I loved it.
Alrighty. Let me know if everyone's on the map. I think everyone should be there.
I'm on the lap. Ah, man.
Uh-oh, you're on the lap.
You're on a lap. Jeez.
Wow.
Yes,
My sons
so
came
quickly.
late this year.
You're very fast.
So just heads up. You're all around this kind of area. That's where you guys moved to when you got rescued from the road. Actually, it's everyone.
Oh, yeah,
Breeze is there,
Vocien.
Egonox is there, Vocion's there. And you
Wait,
guys...
Breeze is with us.
Well, Breeze is currently in the same area. She's going to be left behind when you guys move though.
Ooh.
But people are going to tell Vocien where you guys are heading in case she wants to meet up with you.
Yes.
So, Kira mentions that you guys have to move 5 kilometers that way into Telfjorm territory. She tells you that as long as she's with you, you guys won't be troubled. So, cool with you guys?
Sweet, hundreds.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright.
So it takes you a full day of travel. You start in the morning. This is going along the treetops now. Even though you have a guide with you, you all still are not entirely used to traveling along treetops between the branches and that kind of stuff. It does take you a full...
I'll just be hovering along.
Yeah, but you do kind of still have to wait behind for the slowest member, essentially. After the first day, you
Sullok, jump on my back.
No, piggybacks. Not doing it.
That toe of yours is gone. Jump on my back. Rest it.
After
No.
the first day, you do get decently far, but you do have to camp within the treetops for the night. You manage to find like this very, very broad, flat section of one of the branches that you can easily pitch a tent on. Like, that's how huge this branch is.
Yeah.
So you sit there for the night. You find that it's possible to make a fire, but Kira advises against it because it might attract something unsavory. So that'll cool with you guys. You guys like,
That's fine.
Cool
yeah.
by me.
Cool.
I'll find a perch where I can watch everybody, and then
Are you going to be watching, like, taking guard?
that's correct.
essentially? Right.
Fucking Garrod.
Okay, I'm just checking for
I'll
encounters.
bark as soon as something happens.
And the night passes without hitch. So in the morning, you guys are told by Kiro that it's only going to be if like 1 more kilometer left, but you know they got to travel down and stuff, all that. So it's essentially the home stretch. So
Okay.
you guys manage to she takes you're walking along, but every now and then she'll be like, okay, we need to drop down here, and you guys will like drop down a good few meters to the next branch down, and then like eventually start working your way closer and closer to the bottom ground level, and eventually when you get close to the ground, Egonox actually has to lift you one by one onto the ground, and Kira just teleports herself down. You guys begin walking forward into there's quite a bit of a clearing above you now, like the huge trees that are around you are starting to like kind of fade away in this area. I'm just gonna draw a circle.
Square.
Square. And shut up for a second, then disappeared.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's where this circle is where like the large trees really don't grow too much, and when you all begin to reach the center of there, you see this huge, probably 30 meters in diameter stone plate, completely flat tablet with these large runic symbols on them. You'll see it's quite common for people to like walk to the center of the circle. These people are like wearing dark robes. They're obviously necromancers. They'll just tap their staff onto the center of the circle, and they'll be like, poofed away essentially in a flash of energy.
Like a teleportation gate of some
Yeah,
sort.
essentially. So there's like a huge clear sky above you, and you guys all make your way to the center. And Kuro says to you, now don't be startled, but this is going to pinch a little bit, to be honest. We are phasing through this tablet. This tablet itself is maybe like 30 or 40 meters of pure stone beneath us, and you might feel yourself moving through it really quickly. And as she says quickly, she plonks her staff onto the floor, and you all feel it's kind of like sizzling sensation on your body, almost as if like someone very briefly lit you on fire, and then
Sparks all over
quenched
my
you.
body.
Your visions are all dark, but depending on how used to dark light you are, you begin to like adjust your eyes, and you find yourself standing on a kind of a cross section, a platform essentially in above this long cylindrical hole beneath you. The platform reaches out into different directions where they're like different doors that are all, they're glowing with different rooms in the distance. I want to get you guys an image because I did actually make one. I did a lot of prep for this. Telfjorm interior.
Nice.
this is essentially what you guys see. So you're all teleported to this large cylindrical hole with walkways outwards and the doorways. Kira looks at you all and she says, "I'm sorry about that. It's a little bit weird to get used to, but yes, welcome to Telfjorum, home of the Southern Necromancers.
Oh, Egonox
Please
likes
be
this
careful,
place.
they take offense quite easily." Right.
And I got that already. It's fine.
And once you guys have
Yeah.
taken a
So
look through
Sullok,
that...
keep your mouth as closed as possible.
Bro, fine.
Once you guys have taken a look
There
through that,
is-
that is where I'm going to call the session. Yeah, we'll pick it up next week sometime, I guess, if that's okay with you all.
Sweet.
Cool.
Magic. Okay, so are we gonna do XP now?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to do
Did we?
outro and stuff. Oh wait, no, we did do XP for the last session, so
Oh, did we? Okay.
yeah. I think...
I can't
yeah,
remember
let
it
me
though.
just end the recording and then we'll discuss it now.
Sweet.
So, the outro
Yeah.
thingy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 characters have been ditched. In the
Yeah.
last session. Isn't
Crazy,
that
eh?
sad? Heck's sake.